Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. We are back in MapleStory Korea, where the big summer update just dropped, remastering the Night of Cygnus and introducing a new type of burning called hyper burning. This burning event gives bonus level ups and rewards all the way up to level 250. We're going to be hyper burning and checking out the remastered Wind Archer today, so let's get cooking. The Night of Cygnus tutorial was made slightly longer with the Night of Cygnus remaster. Thankfully it's no way near as long as the Explorer one, so we're breezing through this one. I also figured out how you can tell if a class is remastered or not. Just look at how bright the skill animations are. If you're partially blind after using some of your skills, then you're definitely playing a remastered class. The skills for this class are so bright now, man, what the heck. First job, there's only one big change, and that's that your double jump now looks green. And of course everything else looks brighter, but that's about it. Oh man, I hope this isn't a trend that continues over all the other job advancements. That would be bad, imagine that. We grind the second job and start our favorite theme dungeon, Remastered. In the second job advancement, you learn 2 attacks, just like before. There is Gust Shot, which now does 620% damage, but only hits once, and Spiral Vortex. Remember when Spiral Vortex was a 4-job skill? Well, not anymore, it's now a 2nd job skill. And it's also way better than your Gust Shot attack, no idea why that skill is even there to begin with. Spiral Vortex does knock back enemies though that it hits, which is a common theme among all the Wind Archer skills, and to be honest, it's pretty annoying because you can push monsters away from you and you'll then have to get closer to them again. You knock them out of your attacking range, which is pretty annoying. There is another small buff for your Trifling Wind skill in 2nd job. This skill in MapleStory Global has a 20% chance to create those additional arrows that pop out, but after the remaster this has been upped to a 30% chance. Grinding is pretty okay in 2nd job, you're usually strong enough to one-shot, so you're not bothered too much by knocking back monsters with your attacks. After completing the 3rd job advancement, we are of course testing out our new grinding skills at the Coppersan drakes. And boy do I have opinions on this new grinding skill. This skill hits monsters around you, it has a quite short attacking range as well. But again, it pushes monsters away, and because the hitbox on this skill is pretty small, it's actually pretty annoying to use. You have to constantly jump to monsters, hit them, they get knocked away, you have to jump towards them again, hit them again. It's pretty bad. Another thing that I don't like is that only the wind effect is the actual hitbox of the skill. The crystal on top that's part of the skill animation is actually not part of the hitbox. So the skill's hitbox looks bigger because, you know, it's the whole animation, but actually only a part of it can actually hit monsters, which is something that I personally really dislike. Almost all attacking skills in MapleStory have a hitbox that is roughly the size of their attacking animation, except for this skill. Like, I don't mind if skills have additional flare and sparkles, but it definitely gets more difficult to judge how big the hitbox on the skill actually is. In my opinion, this is just bad design. Skill animations, and especially attacks, need to have a clear indicator what's a hitbox and what isn't. Perhaps it would be better if the crystal was a different color than the gust that actually deals damage. That way it would at least be clear right away from the get-go which part of the skill actually hits monsters and which part doesn't. Also, after the remaster you cannot steer the skill anymore. Before you could steer it left and right, you could move it around. Now it just hits around you. I didn't really like the skill before the remaster, but I think I like the new one even less. It's just so annoying that it pushes monsters away if you can't one-shot them. Similar to 2nd job, the Trifling Whim skill got buffed in 3rd job, increasing the chance for additional arrows to pop out by 10%. The Albatross skill no longer gives that sparkle effect, and the 2nd Wind passive now states that the skill gives plus 30% avoidability, which I'm not sure if it always did and it just was never specified, or if this is a new effect. In 4th job you now learn your Cape Slap skill, Fairy Spiral, which was your old 2nd job skill. Also, it no longer is a Cape Slap, but it's a Bow Slap now. Imagine grinding for 100 levels only to pistol whip monsters to death with a bow made out of wind. I'm an archer, dang it, where are my arrows? This skill has the same damage numbers as Spiral Vortex used to have when it was still a 4-job skill, so nothing changes really, just the animation. And this skill also pushes monsters away, which again is fairly annoying if you can't one-shot them. You're constantly chasing after monsters that you push away. I wish we could turn the pushing off by right-clicking the skill or something like that. Fairy Spiral still buffs the damage of your 3rd job skill, Sentient Arrow, so you can use both when grinding, but both don't really feel that amazing in my opinion. What's new in 4th job is that the hyper skill Stormbringer, the one that summons a giant arrow, is now a 4th job skill. The damage on the skill did get lowered though, from 500% to 380%, The new hyper skill also summons an additional arrow, and that one deals 560% damage. That actually is a small buff there. Besides that, the 4-job max albatross skill is now a passive, and that's it for all the changes for the 4-job advancement. With your 5th job advancement, the biggest improvement that I could tell is that your Howling Gale skill, the one that summons those tornadoes, was improved. You can now have up to 3 stacks, and using the skill plus the up key now summons 2 big tornadoes. In my opinion, the Wind Archer remaster is a pretty big disappointment. Their mobbing isn't that much better, and some of the new skill animations make it even harder to see what you can and cannot hit. They still can't walk while using their Hurricane skill, and by the looks of it, their damage did not improve much either, which is especially bad for us over at MapleStory Global and MapleStory C, because Song of Heaven, your Hurricane attack, is not affected by attack speed. And because the attack speed cap is higher in MapleStory Global and MapleStory C than in MapleStory Korea, all non-Hurricane attack style classes can attack faster, dealing even more damage than the Wind Archer, who relies on their Song of Heaven skill to deal the most damage. I honestly have no idea why Nexon thinks changing a few skills around and upping the brightness on all skill animations is considered a remaster, because this ain't it, Chief. What do you think about the remastered Wind Archer? Let me know in the comments. The new events though are pretty okay. They're very similar to the events that we have right now, with some nice EXP boost in there. A new thing is that we can now assign skills similar to the Nitrope event to boost some of your stats and EXP gained. There's also another event where you can get gifts that are Cygnus themed and some other goodies. All are very similar to the Explorer Remaster event that we have going on right now. I honestly think Hyper Burning really saved this update, because the Night of Cygnus Remaster seems pretty lackluster so far. I still need to check out Michiel and Blaze Wizard though, so perhaps those will be better. But that was all for today, and as always, many thanks to our members for making these videos possible. Thanks to Niels the Coninck, Raar maar waar, Sebastian, Hanoy, Ryalias, Terry Kim, Vareese, Cody Mora, Wiley, Historycanon, BackSpaceOTI, Saffronyx, Anwar, NHI, Ziggy Flidiot, Knifesuit, Chen125, Cloudfix, Jesus Rodriguez, Froggy, Vira, Trevor, Michael Manchaka, Ratius, Justin Vale, Silvio Nato, Stevie Zhang, Afterlord_MS, ceemak, Striker Elk, Tidal1 Pun, Victor Sunstrom, Radical Jaws, Riser Are Gummy Bullet, Lovebird, Surtito655, Mathias Simonsson, Mr. Renard, Galando Belavia. My name is Coppersan, and I'm super cute XOXO. PC Game Life, Dante Victory, Stanislaus Xumo Vegas, Swap to Bish, Road to level 235, 30k stat, reboot, The Passenger, Martin Panzik, I'm disappointed, Lucky Beats, Gable Eck, Pedro Benetti, Conrad Castales, Ace Light, Ben Wolf, Max Bernhardt, Doc on the Talker Box, Muka 1017, BNB King, Scotty Flies Fast, Priscilla, Brandon Cam, Shike1, Vake Botnet, and Fecko. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and happy mapling!